I want someone who is in the industry. That's where I was more looking towards for it. And then luckily when I was searching for it, I found the QuantInsti. Then I thoroughly went through the faculty's details, which was amazing, like seeing all those experienced ones and the people in the industries come and teaching on those weekends. It was really amazing for me to see this. And then I immediately thought, oh, this is the one I need to do. And then I gave a call to QuantInsti to understand more. Okay, what's this course about, and what sort of support I get. Because it's challenging for people who are already working, because they have to do the work and also do this course at one point in time. I am Xavier from Australia, but I'm from a computer science background. I did my engineerings in computer science, and after that did my master's in science and computer science. Then after that started working in big consulting companies and worked as a programmer and then an architect, then finally went into the management side. So yeah, so I would say just computer is everything for me. And also at the same time when I was probably studying my engineering, I also got interest on the financial market. So I did some courses here and there in BSc and other places in order to understand financial markets. So yeah, so I'm also a learner of financial market from my 22 years old onwards. So I'm still keep learning. I would never say I know everything, but still I'm doing my best. I would say that's one of the positive thing for me, getting into the financial market algo trading side. Like the engineering is a computer science engineering, and the postgraduate it is a Master of Science in Computer Science. So I was doing some research into the neural networks area and age-based technologies. It's been some time, 2004, 2003, around that time. For me, from my childhood, if you see, I'm very keen on the computer science and how they program and how they come up with a solution and all those things. That's why I got into the computer science field. And I got my uncle who used to be a trader, but he's more of an investor, I would say. By looking at his successful stories, what he always used to say, then I thought, oh, okay, it seems like that's an interesting field, something I need to keep an eye on. And that's where during my engineering days, I started looking after him and then seeing what sort of trade he's doing and what sort of dividends coming every day in the post. Those days, it's more like the dividend letters come home, and then I used to see the checks and say, oh, it's good money coming through. And that's how I got interest on the financial market first. Then at one point in time, I was thinking, okay, as a computer science background person, those days the data modeling and the data analysis or mining is not that fully established. And I thought, okay, how about we go into the financial market field? Because instead of working for a company or so, how about me start my own thing down the line? At least I see the potential on the financial market, that once you are strong and good in that area, you can make money, and obviously you can be your own boss, sort of thing. That's my intention, to be your own boss rather than going for work some other place, and also do something which I like a lot. And for me, my mindset is more like research oriented, because as I said already, I did some research during my master's, and I like doing more analysis and some kind of findings out of the data. And I found definitely financial market is a massive industry where many data are there, and I like working on more data and come up with some conclusions how to get up a strategy on what point in time the market is going up or going down. Those kind of interests started coming in me, and that's where I thought financial market is the field where I can go into a state of my own boss at some point in time when I'm more good in the strategies and other things. And I believe it is during my final year of my engineering, that's the time I started looking into the artificial intelligence and other areas. But I didn't know anything about data mining or anything at that stage, but I was more interested on the artificial intelligence during those days. But I just focused on the equity markets and the long term at this stage, what equity and dividends are and which companies are paying those dividends. I just roughly went through the balance sheets, those kind of things. But once I came back to Australia for doing my master's, then I had few friends with me who are also interested on the same financial market, because their family members are doing the stock market side and they're also investors, and it gave a great interest to both of us. And that's where I started looking into more of algo trading side, how the algo trading would be. But it's more during those days we just bet something. It's like a friendly bets between friends. We say, oh, this particular company's dividend is going to be less next quarter or something like that. We just bet. It's just for fun. We explore some data and we do it, but we never gone into day trading or something like that. And so that's how slowly the interest came out. Luckily, I was also able to get some friends in the same circle, and we were able to share the knowledge. And after finishing my master's, that's where I got more deep knowledge about, because I did my research in the neural networks. Then I know, okay, data mining is something we can utilize and somehow get into the financial market. But unfortunately, at that time, I couldn't get into the financial market straight away. I was in a consulting company. So I was working for IBM at the time. So, but obviously you placed in a different projects, and those projects are like telecom based project, but still for some reason my interest is always going towards the financial market, and I never give up financial market. I watch news and everything, but I didn't have the clear grip how to get into the financial industry at that time. So after 10 years of experience, I think after 4 years of experience, I started getting into the day trading. And day trading is thought initially, yeah, it will be fun, I can make money. Like most of them got in and lost money and then came out, and again started reading different things and went into the market, again start losing money and came out, and then started thinking, okay, day trading is not good, let me try commodities, and then still started getting into the commodities industry. Then I had few friends who are doing some import export business on commodity, try to learn those particular commodities area, especially coffee commodity, and then started trading on the coffee side. It was okay. I think that's the first time I started seeing some gain, and it opened the interest towards the commodity market at that stage. And after 7 years of experience, I had a very bad experience trading on crude oil without knowing much on it. I just jumped in. That's that time I thought, okay, maybe I should have a clear education rather than going and putting my money and losing the money. Then I thought, okay, how should I learn? Like, I know doing in the university or something, I can learn theoretically, but I want some kind of guidance from the people who are already doing that. And that's where, when I was exploring more option, I came across QuantInsti. And definitely, I would say, proudly, I will say now, I learned a lot, and it taught me a lot of things now. And my way of dealing now is completely different. And also the way I'm looking into the industry, I moved away from commodity. Now I'm more focusing on the options trading. I definitely, the Python learning and then the statistics from the QuantInsti helped me to think towards the different direction now. And yeah, so this is where I started from my engineering and went through all the way different cycle, lost, made money, lost, made money. But now I can say that at least I'm back to the normal state where I'm started making money. Definitely, and additionally, like the things which were lagging for me is proper financial knowledge and how to step into this field of algo trading. But at the right time, I found QuantInsti, which helped me to step there. So I'm in stage 2 at this stage, I would say, in my journey. Hope I would reach stage 3. That's my target of having my own quant desk sometime. Have my own portfolio of strategies. So that's where I'm aiming for. Let's see how it goes. After joining QuantInsti, what I found, it doesn't need that you need to be a IT person or programmer. As the way I learned Python from the course, I know it is definitely targeted for everyone, whether I'm an experienced one or a newcomer, it doesn't matter. I felt that the course is really for everyone, and it taught me the Python, how I need to go ahead. And it's very helpful. Definitely, the course showed some of the paths where I need to target on. Even though I came from a programming background, I would say I learned more things from this course. What are the things I shouldn't do as a technical person? Think that I know everything. I shouldn't do everything. So
Yeah,
as I
yeah.
said, I had some bad trading experience on crude oil trading. I had a heavy loss on that. And that's where one fine evening I was thinking about, okay, what's the mistake I'm making? And then I realized, okay, the first thing which came into my mind when I was exploring what mistake I really did, because most technically the technical analysis is right, everything is right, then what was something I did wrong? Then the first thing came out was the psychology factor. That's what which impacted. So it's more like, I would say, I didn't know when to exit the trade. That's a big problem. It's more of the emotions sitting onto that trade. And that's where I thought, okay, so that's something is the culprit which is putting me down, where the emotion, where I saw some loss. I should have come out of the trade immediately, but I didn't do that. I thought maybe in 2 days after that it should be okay. It should come back, and that emotion put me down. Then I learned, okay, what should I do next in order to avoid this? Then I thought, okay, let me think about it. And I said, oh, as a computer profession, I should know to automate things and then get away from these kind of emotional things. And that's where I thought, okay, algo trading is something we should do. Why about a program? A bot can we can build a artificial bot. It can buy and sell, do all those things. Those kind of things. My ideas came into my head, and I thought, okay, let me see who would be able to teach me, if who is already doing this, so that I can get some guidance on this one. And that's where I started searching on the internet. Okay, is there anyone teaching good? And I saw a few things, but definitely most of them are like theoretical ones, like the faculty members are like, they did some courses or coming from some postgraduate they are teaching. I want someone who is in the industry. That's where I was more looking towards for it. And then luckily when I was searching for it, I found the QuantInsti. Then I thoroughly went through the faculty's details, which was amazing, like seeing all those experienced ones and the people in the industries come and teaching on those weekends. It was really amazing for me to see this. And then I immediately thought, oh, this is the one I need to do. And then I gave a call to QuantInsti to understand more. Okay, what's this course about, and what sort of support I get. Because it's challenging for people who are already working, because they have to do the work and also do this course at one point in time. But after looking into the faculty members, then I straight away decided, no, I'm just going to do here, because I know the right people are here. Even if I'm going in the wrong track, they can put me to the right side. And it's a faculty. And then I would say the next thing I saw was the structure of the course. It's covering, it didn't target for experienced people, it is common for everyone. Then I know it's good to see all those areas. If I would have gone and done in some other places, they would have just targeted me to some areas. Either they would say, okay, read data mining or Python or something like that. But whereas in QuantInsti, that's not the case. Especially in EPAT, what I found was it was more structured. It taught me, okay, statistics. It was more like a revision for me from my engineering time. I did stats, and then again started looking. Then I realized, oh, during engineering time, it was more like a theory. I was reading all those days was theory. I never applied. And when I started reading again in QuantInsti, then I realized, oh, this is how we have to apply this going forward in the financial market. So it opened up many things. And looking into the curriculum of that QuantInsti, that also put me into a decision-making thing, saying that, okay, this is good structure for me. And also the faculty member is a very plus point for me, because all are industry experienced ones. And these two things made me to definitely go with QuantInsti, and then I got into it. So as I said, once I made my decisions of joining EPAT, it was good. I started the course and started attending the classes. It was great going through the different lecture class, and during the initial, I think the very first few weeks, after 8 weeks or so, I have to stop few classes a little bit, because of my personal situation was some medical things were going on in the family, so I couldn't attend few classes. At that time, Dheeraj was the one who coordinates with me, so he was very supportive and he was guiding through. He was saying, no need to worry, still you can take the classes. I think I found that QuantInsti, like from especially Dheeraj at that time, he was very supportive. He said, no, nothing to worry. Even though you miss classes, you would be able to do it properly again. And yeah, so I had some challenges attending all classes because of my personal situations and the family side. But other than that, the class was very good and started doing that one. And before getting into the course, my objective, the main objective I had was I need to set up my trading algo trading desk, and it's more like I need to have my own business where I should be able to make money. And as I said, because I am more onto the analysis and getting sort of thing, I want to come up with more strategies, maybe come up with a portfolio of strategies. Before QuantInsti, I didn't know about portfolio concept or anything like that, but I know strategy is something I need to develop. But my end goal was to set up a algo trading desk, and then I have my own business, which would be through which I can make money, and also start doing more such things rather than working in a IT and industry for a consulting company or so. So my target is to come out of the consulting company and IT industry and it's full-fledged go into this trading at some point in time. And I know it is not a straightforward path. First thing I need to learn properly. And then second thing, I need to follow what's being taught and come up with the proper strategies. And also you need to have a proper capital in place before you move out of the current industry, which is my IT industry. And yeah, so it's a massive planning thing I had before joining. So as per my plan, yes, successfully I got that course completed. And now after the completion, what got me in now was, as I said, during the course, I learned how the portfolio management need to be done. And that opened up few paths. Okay, this is the track. Then I thought, okay, after learning the options trading strategies and then the portfolio management and risk management, then I realized, okay, now it's time. I need to set up some set of portfolios based on the certain asset categories. That's where now I ended up started developing strategies based for the options asset and started trying to build a portfolio. So I'm more like at the backtesting stage at the moment for each strategies I'm developing. And at least for the next 3 to 4 months, my target is to get at least 3 to 4 strategies in place, backtested. And maybe I'll be going live in 4 months' time. That's my first target for time being. And if that live trade goes good, then started opening up more options under the options trading itself. Still, I feel after the QuantInsti, for some reason, I came out of commodity trading and equity trading. I'm more on the options trading. And yeah, option trading is more like a massive area where it opens more interest to me. Yeah, so I think after the EPAT, I'm more confident now. And that's one thing I was not having before starting EPAT. So the confidence came out because I can quantify things before even going into my paper trade. So these days I develop strategies. At least I know the values. Okay, why I'm going to go for this strategy or not. What is the backtest report on this one? And then I'm backtesting all those things. It seems good, but now when I do the virtual trading with the same strategy, I can see what's happening. And at least what I realized for the emotional thing is not coming up. So that's a good thing for me, which I want to achieve. That's also one of my objectives, where I need to get away from that emotional bit, where the system should take care of all my trade decisions. And that is being achieved now. So that's the before and after, I would say. At that time, I felt I missed a little bit on the classes. But anyway, Dheeraj told me, don't worry, you can come back onto the normal, and started looking at the recorded videos. So it helped me. It's helped me a lot. And one thing I felt I couldn't do was the project which is coming out of the course. I was more intending to do that project at that time, but I couldn't cover it because I was missed the more lecture classes, and then I was catching up all the lecture classes down the line. So that's something I thought I missed, but I feel now I can do it anyway. So after 3 months or so, I would like to do my project again. Before I want to establish my trade desk, definitely I would be doing some kind of experiment with all the strategies which I developed so far. And then before making it live, I would definitely need some guidance on the people who are already doing that live tradings with the live systems to get some guidance on what mistakes I have done. Is there anything I need to improve or not? And I'm pretty sure QuantInsti will be supporting me in that aspects. Definitely don't give up. The reason why I'm saying that is, it opened a big thing now, because I can see from the back testing and the things what I'm building up, it got more potential. You can really get away from the things whatever you want to achieve. And if I would have given up at the time, definitely I would have lost it. But now I'm very happy that I didn't give up. I have done that, finished the course properly, and I'm pretty much confident that in another, maybe let's say roughly around 12 months or so, I should be having my life system with strategies. And my target is every year target certain number of strategies, keep building on. And I'm pretty sure people, whoever is trying to give up or something because of some situations, don't do that. Just keep trying. I'm pretty sure you'll be happy. The end result will be very good. That's what I would like to say. I think what I would say, from the seniors, when we learn from the experts, one thing, when I'm in the younger age, when the seniors say, I never listen. I say, oh, that's okay, we'll go and do my own things. But now I regret some of the things I never listened at that time. But what I would say in this particular side, especially on the financial market, never give up. I think initially you may have a loss on your capital, but okay, always get into the market, try with a less capital initially. Do spend like time for your education. And when the experts give something, they say something, try to understand why they are saying that. And definitely, I think those kind of things helped me to learn by the mistake, what mistake I did. And when anyone said that, why I didn't listen at that time. And it took 3 years to come back after going through all the QuantInsti thing. Now I realize, oh, okay, now I got how to quantify all the things. Before I never listened. They say in one line, oh, in this situation you never trade, but I went and traded. But now I can quantify things by writing immediately the program. I can know, oh, okay, because of this value, this is what is happening. Okay, so that's one thing really the QuantInsti helped me. Anything which I have an idea or something comes through, I try to write a program straight away and then try to quantify whether it's logically or whether it's evident that number shows it or not. That's some plus point I would add here. And yeah, for the beginners, don't worry. Even if you lose, don't give up. I'm pretty sure, like, you keep trying, within 3-4 years, I'm pretty sure you guys will be on to the right track if you follow what's been taught, and also keep learning. Never give up. That's what I would say.